Hi friends, welcome to the React series. In this tutorial, we will be seeing the React use take with an object. So I'm going to create, let's get started. So const, I'm destructuring the particular state variable. So we can give any name here. I'm going to give a name, set name. So this is a use state function here. So I'm passing object. For that we have to give a curly braces. In this I have to define the variable name. So I consider this is the first name. So this is an empty string now. Next the last name. Here is a empty string. So I want to console this particular object. For that I'm logging this particular name. So the date the name is holding this particular object. So for that I'm consoling this particular. So go back to the browse. So use state I have to define, right? So here use state I define. Once it's saved, go back to the browser. You can see the console log here. First name is empty string, the last name is also empty string. So this is a object. So if I want to access this particular first name and the last name, so here the console log, you have to give name dot first name we have to give for accessing the first name. For the last name, it's similar to that of, so here you have to mention the last name. So here you look at this, I have an empty string. So I am giving some default value, Ram Radha. So first name is Ram, last name is Radha. So I'm just saving and go back to the browser. Over here you can see the first name is Ram. So I'm just printing the Ram. The name dot first name you will be getting a Ram. The name dot last name you will be getting a Radha. So this is a way of accessing the first name and last name. So in this tutorial we will be seeing the two input field. If I type something, the first name, it should be dynamically access the first name and the last name. It should not be any default value here. So default value, I don't give any default value here. I'm just wipe off this. So here I have to give a form. So in this I have two input field. One is for the first name, another is for the last name. So input, so closing with the self closing tag, the type equals text. So we have to make a copy of this particular input. So we have to give shift alt down arrow. You will get this copy of the above. So next we have on the name attribute. Here the name make sure it should match with the variable of this object. So for that, this input field is for the first name. So I have to give first name here. So similar to that, you have to give the name for this field. This here it's a last name. So here I have to give a value. So what is a value here? How to access this particular first name dot first name. This is a value, right? So we have to give name. How to access this particular string? We have to give name dot first name. So similar to the top, we have to give the same for the last name. So you have to just give last name here. So save this and go back to the browser. Over here you can see you have a two field. One is for the first, another one is for the last. So if you type this, I could not get any value here because I didn't give any on change handler. If I want to change something, I have to give a on change event listener, right? So I have to give on change listener. So here I have to give a any function here. Handle name, you could give any name here as a function. So I copy this, paste it here. So in this, you have to create a function for the handle name. So equal to, I'm passing the event. So whatever I'm typing, I want to get right. That's why I'm giving a e as a variable, e as an event here. So here I'm consoling this particular name here. So I'm just deleting this one. So if I save this, you see in the browser, if I type something here, I'm not getting any value. I'm type something here, I'm not getting any value. Uh, so what is the what? Because I have to set name for updating the variable, right? Set name of, so whatever I have to type, e dot target target. So suppose I'm giving a target, what it is coming, and just if I type something, so here if I type something, so I'm getting all the fields here. So I want only the value fields. So dot value. So if I save this, I refresh the browser now. I type this, I'm getting the first name. I'm type here, I'm getting for the value for the last name. So I'm just printing here in the paragraph tag here e the first name is first name is date name dot first name. So here I have to make sure I have a copy of the above down arrow. I have to give a last name here. So if I save this, so I refresh it here, refresh the browser. So if I type something here, I'm not getting any value here because for example, if I give first name colon, I have to give a curly bracket here, then only this is object, right? We have to give a curly bracket. So if now I save this, you get the first name. So this value first name is matched with this first name. So I able to get the first name value. If I type something here, the last name value is not updating. So here I have to give a last name. So here I have to give a last name. Once I save this, refresh the browser. So here I have to give a last name. So once I refresh it, you could see here. So if I type something here, the first name is printing. If I type something here, the last name is not printing. If I give the value last name here, now it's now we can able to print only the last name. Here I can able to print the last name, but I could not print the first name here. So for that, how to access this particular name field? So you have a you have to give a array bracket he dot target dot name. You can access the name field. So if I type something here, first name field, you can able to print. So in this, I'm refreshing it. So here I'm typing the first name is printing. So here I'm typing last name is printing. But the first name is disappear. The last name is coming. If I refresh it, if I type something here, the last name is printing, the first name is not printing. So it's disappearing, right? So there is some trick here. So we have to make a copy of the existing value. For that, we have a operator called spread. So we have to take a copy of the above existing value. So we have to give spread operator with the name. So if I say this, go back to the browser, I refresh it. Now I'm typing first value, Santhya. I'm getting Santosh. I'm typing, I'm getting. So this is a way of printing the first name and the last name. You have to use a spread operator here. Thank you all of you. Thank you.